What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy 4th of July. I'm all ashy. I've been swimming all day with the kids, of course. It's a good day in comedy. It's a really good day in comedy. I had a pleasure. God really worked in mysterious ways. And I'm gonna tell you something. I know a lot of comedians be beefing and be going through stuff, I go through my little stuff, and it's just like at a job. People have their disagreements and little fights and stuff. And I had a Monique and DL similar situation some years ago. I was in my early 30s, about nothing. I quietly had this 23 or more years. Let me see, it could have been more than that. 23 years. Quiet beef with Arnez J, comedian Arnez J. Just petty, ego, little bull stuff that you go through, when you're young and can't nobody tell you shit, and petty, which I was, and 23 damn years or more. So for the past 5 years, I was like, I would see Arnez J picture on flyers, or if I'm at a comedy club, Arnez coming the next week, or he's coming to Birmingham, where I live, coming to the Stardome, and say, I'm just gonna pop up on it. For about the past 5 years, I said, I'm gonna pop up on Arnez J and just pop up in the dressing room and just say what's up and just hug him, because it don't matter. Whatever it was, it don't matter. I need to make that right, and God knows I'm not perfect. So today, I went to my niece and nephew wedding. My niece got married in Miami last night, so I was flying back to Birmingham just where I could be with the grandkids and swim and barbecue for the 4th of July. So I'm on the plane, and I get to my seat, and I see this dude getting on the plane with all these damn fishing equipment and fishing poles. And I know two people that fish. That's Arnez J and Ali Sadiq. Those are two comedians that I know go fishing. So he was in the seat in front of me, and somehow it was a mix up on the seat, and he ended up sitting next to me. So when he reached back to put his cup that he was drinking out of in the little thing in the middle on the little console, I recognized, I said, that's Arnez J. I know that walk. I haven't seen him, been around him in 23 years. And when he came, and I stood up, and when he got in the seat, and when I sat down, I kept looking at him, and I grabbed his arm. I said, what up, Arnez? He looked at me. He said, who are you? I pulled my mask down and said, it's Rickey. And we both started laughing, because we both started laughing, and Arnez said it plain and clear. He said, because of the love. And that flight was about an hour and a half from Fort Lauderdale to Atlanta. For an hour and a half, we talked about fishing, boating, talked about what he'd been through the past 23 years. He lost his parents. He lost 2 siblings. We went through all of that shit. We laughed. We hugged several times. We cried. He cried. I cried. And just the fact that, and I still feel some kind of way about it, like the fact that he lost his mother and the way he lost his mother. And I just haven't had a chance to process it, because when I got to Birmingham, I'm trying to rush home and grill out, cook hot dogs for the kids and swim. And tonight when I go to bed after I take the shower, it's probably gonna hit me and it's probably just gonna tear me up, because he said that he had got a phone call 5 minutes, or right when he was being introduced to go on stage to perform somewhere, that his mother died. And we sat on that plane, both of us cried, and he said that was one of the best shows I ever had. I know exactly how I feel, because I got the same phone call about my granddad, and I went on stage and gave the best show of my life. And I understood. But the main thing is that it takes a man to admit when he's wrong, to accept responsibility for his action without justification. And that's what I did, and that's what he did. We both did it. And we had our beef. Nobody knew we was ever beefing. You just never seen no shows with me and him together. You probably will now. But we just kind of kept our beef private and just kind of worked around each other and just worked for the past 23 years. But because even when I felt like I didn't like him, I always respected him, and I respected him enough not to publicly, bash him and stuff. We just had our little beef and kept it private. But what we shared today and the things we did today was deep. It was emotional. I probably sitting there holding his arm and just got my arms around him, and he crying, and I got tears in my eyes, and just us having that moment and having an opportunity to talk, and then and just be together and apologize to each other and make it right, and didn't even know that he had went through all of that stuff. It just it was touching and heartfelt. And we have plans to get on a boat together and go fishing, and we are going fishing. I thank God for my life. I thank God for another chance to reunite with people like Arnez and reunite with Henry West, comedians that I actually love, and try my best to right the wrong. I'm not perfect. And just because I got it right with him, it don't mean it's some people that I'll never speak to again, no matter what they do or say. I'm just not. But it sometimes God will let you know when it's time. And sometimes God will let you know if this person is fit to be in your life ever, even at 100 years old. But it's a good day in comedy, because nobody ever knew that I went through stuff. Arnez J and I went through stuff. And shout out to you, Arnez. Thank you for giving me another chance. And thank you for your friendship, your beautiful, loving wife. Thank you for your kind and encouraging words. And you, your family, your kids, everybody, much love, much respect to you. I absolutely love you. We started out comedy 32 years ago. Shared some great stories, some wonderful memories, and it wasn't all bad. We had some good times too. We did some great shows together. We made a lot of people laugh. But I just thank God that I was able to have another opportunity to get one right, to get another one right. And sometimes when God gives you those opportunities, depending on who it is and depending on the situation and the circumstance, I try to take advantage and make good on trying to get it right. Because God knows I'm not perfect. God knows I made some terrible mistakes in my 20s and 30s and shit that I would never do now. I got an opportunity to work with one of the producers on my morning show. with somebody that I worked with over 15 years ago that I believed that I was unfair to. And she gave me another opportunity and came back as a producer on the show. And we've been working together the past 3 years. I just had a chance to get it right. Mike Epps brought Henry Welch in my dressing room. We was doing a big show at the Phillips Arena or the State Farm Arena in Atlanta. And I was sitting in my dressing room and Mike Epps walked in there with Henry Welch. We went to college together. And you know, them little low-key beefs that you have started out in the 20s. And Mike Epps got us when I saw him walk in the door as a Christian, my first response is to do the right thing. Remember the church covenant, whatever, however you pronounce it, be quick and ready to forgive. And I just remember the church covenant that I grew up. We had to read it every first Sunday. And it wasn't like, hey man, get out of there. Why you bring him? No. When Henry Welch walked through that door, I knew it was time. Mike Epps was the boss that night. It was his show. So if Mike Epps, if your boss, that's your boss for that night. It's Mike Epps' show, he's a headliner. So whatever he said, I have to be respectful. And when he brought Henry Welch through that door, I had to jump up on my feet and be respectful and do the right thing. Because if Mike Epps in the mood to fix it and let's forgive, and man, I jumped up and I hugged him. I was glad to see him. I was glad whatever I did. I apologize for what I did. Tell me what I did. Let me fix it where I can be a better person and make sure I don't do it again. That's the first person I ever seen live on stage. We went to college together. I was glad. And we went and did some shows after that and made some money. But I just try to do the right thing. But today, this morning on that plane was deep. It was emotional. It was personal. I'm sure Arnez don't mind me talking about it. And we took a picture at the end of the flight when the plane landed and they shut the engine. I said, all right, we got to make good. 2 things. We're going to get this picture. Second thing, we're going fishing. We shook hands. We looked each other in the eye. We shook hands. I don't give a damn when it is. I don't give a damn where. Me and Arnez J going fishing. You believe that? I thank God for that. For that. If nothing else happened on this 4th of July, I regained the old friend, and it was good to see him. And it just some people, man, you might just have to take some stuff to your grave. But sometimes, man, God just give you a chance. And when your beef was over, you know, Arnez ain't say nothing about my kids and then go publicly and dog me out and stuff. You know, we did our little bullshit and said little stuff that we shouldn't have said, you know, behind closed doors. And it was some petty shit in our 30s. But man, I got a chance to get it right. I'm sitting, how can you sit next to somebody on a plane and not try to do the right thing? And I was rushing to get to the apology. I appreciate him. Listen, I know we talking about fishing and all this stuff. Man, let me get this right. And my heart was just filled with joy just to be able to sit here and just talk to you. You know, so, man, God bless you, man. God bless your family. Thank you, God, for opportunity to reconnect and get something right, to right a wrong. And if I can right every wrong, I will. But that happened today. So it's a good day in stand-up comedy. 2 of the funniest comedians in the country had an opportunity to sit on a plane and privately. And the reason I'm sharing it and talking about it publicly, because I just want to let people know, man, all comedians, we go through stuff, and a lot of us go through stuff. But also a lot of us just kind of handle it the right way. And if we can talk about the bad, we damn sure can talk about the good. I'm really proud that I was able to reconnect with a friend. I'm celebrating right now. So I'll go to bed with a peace of mind. I don't know what tomorrow might bring. I don't know if God will let me live to see tomorrow. But I thank him for today. And I thank him for the opportunity that to get it right. And just think if he would have sat next to me and I wouldn't have said nothing, and I barbecued the day, and I would have choked on one of them damn barbecue bones. And then they said he was on a flight from Miami. Arnez J would have been like, damn, I think that was him sitting next to me on the plane. I should have said something to him. He choked on some barbecue. No, I'm just joking. God bless y'all. God bless y'all. Like, if you got some little petty beef with somebody somewhere going on, man, go ahead. Go ahead and get it right. Do the right thing. Read your church covenant. Covenant. Read your church covenant. Tell you what to do. Quick, that part where it says quick to forgive. Quick to fix it. Quick to try to get it right. Because it's just not worth it. Thank you for your time. It's a good day in comedy. I know comedians out here beefing, and we all be. But today, 2 fools on stage, because he funny as hell, and I'm funny as hell. 2 fools got that together, and boy, we can just get on stage one more time. I don't care, but we're going to get on the stage. And we're going to come, I'm going to call Arnez tomorrow, and we're going to come up with a show. Rickey, Smiley, Arnez J Squash the Beef comedy show. And what way we'll do it is he'll come out and do 10 minutes. I'll come out and do 10. He'll come back out and do 10. And I'll come back out and do 10. We're just going to have a good time and have a DJ in between, just me and him. And we're going to call it 23 years. That's my dream. Whatever city. All right, Arnez, that's going to be our verses. Love y'all. Good night.